again, I'm Sherry Cressy with All Aboard Travel, and I'm going to pop back in and just wave hello because that part wasn't recorded earlier. And of course, on the side, you see Jeff Caesar, and Jeff is here representing Rocky Mountaineer. And at the end of this presentation, I'm going to go back over all of the wonderful perks and promotions that we have available for all of you for our 2021 Home Expo. Take it away, Jeff.
Thank you so much, Sherry. And hello, everyone. It's a pleasure to be talking to you, whether you're watching this live or at another time that works best for you. Can't thank you enough for all of your time. First, before I go any further, I have to say, All Aboard Travel, these guys are pros. These are preferred partners of Rocky Mountaineer. So rest assured, you're working with the best of the best. Many of them have had lots of experience booking, packaging, customizing these types of trips, which we call trips of a lifetime. We've been operating for 30 years, privately owned, and they will probably know every single answer to any question you ask, but rest assured, if you stump them, I'm in their back pocket to be utilized. So this is a true trip of a lifetime called Rocky Mountaineer, and I'm really excited to share with you a brand new route that is premiering and starting this year in 2021 in our backyard, the United States. Now, before I go any further, let's just address the elephant in the room. Currently, we are under a pandemic, and I want to make sure you all have peace of mind. This is how we're going to handle the safety, as that is our most priority. Safety and health is the utmost importance when it comes to traveling over the near future due to this whole pandemic. Please know at the time of operating, so looking at the U.S. route specifically, we're going to start operating in mid-August 2021. And what we're going to do is follow strict guidelines on whatever the CDC and the WHO recommend at the time of operating. We'll be checking everyone's temperatures most likely. We may even have a rapid COVID test, which will help mitigate risk, knowing that everyone around you has been tested negative for traveling. I believe airlines are now really making this mandatory to fly, so you may have to take a rapid COVID test just to get to where your vacation begins over the near future, which is something that many countries, including ours, is doing. We have air filtration systems on board our trains that kill 99.99% of all bacteria, germs, floating particles, all that nasty stuff. If the CDC and WHO recommend social distancing, know that we have many train cars. We've been building train cars. In fact, we were looking at expanding into the US in 2022. Due to the demand in domestic travel, this opportunity kind of came about itself last year, and we decided to try to do whatever we could to launch a year early. So we've been actually growing new train cars, not growing, but building new train cars for the past 5 years. So all the train cars that are going to be in the US are brand new. It will not do anything to the inventory we have for the Canadian Rockies. So if they recommend social distancing, we will limit the capacity on board our train cars. So you're able to once again maintain social distance and feel safe as you travel on board, whether it be in the Canadian Rockies or the US Rockies moving forward. We are going to, of course, also handle social distancing on our motor coaches, using a lot more motor coaches if we have to spread you out on board those cars as well. Using PPE, personal protective equipment, when social distancing cannot be used, such as face masks and such. Really doing everything it takes to maintain the safety and health as the utmost importance moving forward. That's what it really comes down to. But good news is that with the vaccines, hopefully we have now 2 that are currently being distributed. We need to work on getting them distributed a little quicker, I would say. Now I'm talking to you, this is the beginning of January, so perhaps if you watch this again the end of January, that may have already been fixed. But I do know that the Canadian government, speaking specifically towards the border between US and Canada, they are watching the cases in the US very closely. They have said that if the cases do come down and the vaccines are able to be distributed, really, bring those numbers down over the near future, they hope by the end of February to lift all sanctions of quarantining for tourism, as there's a lot of pressure on the Canadian government, not just by us, but by hotels, cruise lines, tour operators. Tourism and travel is a huge revenue for all countries in this world we live in. So know that I do believe normal times are going to be returning to us soon, but rest assured, the time of operating, whether it be in Canada or the US, we're going to follow strict guidelines, whatever the CDC and WHO recommend. So now that we've got that out of the way, let's talk about the exciting new developments of this brand new route titled Rockies to the Red Rocks. Our route's going to take you either eastbound or westbound. It's your choice whether you want to go starting in the U.S. Rockies and head westbound over to the heart of the national parks, Moab. We're the only train in the world taking you to the heart of Moab, which is close to, of course, the Arches, but you also have Bryce, Zion, the mighty Colorado River, Grand Canyon, so much more to see and do out in the West in Utah. And you have two different routes taking you to the two closest large international airports, Salt Lake City, Utah, and Las Vegas. Just like we handle in the Canadian Rockies, Rocky Mountaineer will handle everything for you, your hotels, transfers, tours, meals, everything except airfare. But don't worry, All Aboard Travel has you covered because they're your one-stop shop. All you gotta do is tell them what you wanna do, when you wanna do it, with the budget that works best for you, because they're going to be able to choose between 3-star hotel partners and 5-diamond resorts. They can add nights, take away nights, add tours, take away tours, truly customize and work with your budget, which is ideal. Something I should have mentioned before, Rocky Mountaineer, if you're not familiar, we are a train and tour operator. We've been based in the Canadian Rockies for the past 30 years. I know I mentioned that, and now just moved into the US, starting brand new on this new route. We're privately owned. We are a luxury, fine dining, seamless travel experience where you never sleep on board. You stay in hotels every night because if you're sleeping, you're missing the sights, the scenery, the wildlife, and the wilderness. Now, circling back to what I was starting to say here about the eastbound, westbound, one direction is the one that I just laid out to you. The other idea is going eastbound, where you do more of your sightseeing and touring and be more active up front, and then be pampered in the fantastic luxury and fine dining that we offer on board our trains as you head eastbound for the last 2 or 3 days over to the U.S. Rockies. Once again, it depends on how you want to do it. Both ways are great different, ways of going about it. It all comes down to what you want to do, when you want to do it, with the budget that works best for you. I'm going to go in depth on this exact route, depth on the hotels, what we're going to be utilizing for our first 2021 season. Please know that 2021 is a preview season, meaning we have only 40 departures starting mid-August going until mid-October. For 2022, we hope that our rates and dates will be out by February, perhaps March of this year. And that season for the US is going to be much more long, a full season starting usually around March and going until November. So this preview season is getting a lot of demand. It's our inaugural season. Never been here before, but we are quite unique and different compared to other trains out there. Good news about the tracks that we're using here, no other freight is on the same train tracks that we are utilizing. So we are expecting to have no delays whatsoever as we travel, taking you from the U.S. Rockies to Moab or vice versa, which is ideal. The only other train that we are sharing these tracks with is Amtrak. But Amtrak is so different from Rocky Mountaineer, polar opposite. For one, Amtrak, they're going to take you from your start. Usually, sometimes they can start in Denver, Colorado, and take you straight to Salt Lake City, bypassing Glenwood Springs and bypassing Moab. There, you sleep on board Amtrak, usually in a bunk bed, sometimes sharing a toilet. Rocky Mountaineer, never sleep on board. Stay in hotels every night. When it comes to speed, Amtrak's average speed is 60 to 75 miles an hour. Rocky Mountaineer's average speed is 30 miles an hour. And we're going to slow down to so many amazing canyons and vistas and wildlife along your whole entire way, which is very different. There's a lot of places that you cannot access. They tell me that over 50% of the locations, the sights and scenery that we travel by are inaccessible by car. The only way to see these places is by train. And at the speed that we're going with, you're gonna have plenty of time to go out to your outdoor veranda space. I'll talk a little bit more about that when I get to the service levels on board our train cars. But it allows you to take pictures, video, take in the sights and scenery as it passes by, which is ideal. 60% of this entire trip follows the mighty Colorado River, which is quite amazing. And the wildlife is going to be quite abundant. Traveling around this time of the year of August until October, you're looking at seeing bighorn sheep, bears, mountain lions, coyotes, deers, marmots, and birds. Lots of wildlife along the way. And once again, our train will slow down from 30 miles an hour to less than 5 miles an hour at all of these different viewing points and, of course, the wildlife, so you can take advantage of everything that you're seeing and experiencing as you travel slowly through the beautiful, beautiful national park area of the U.S. Rockies and the Utah national parks. Just on your first day, you can see all the different slowing spots that we're going to kind of come to a crawl. And please know that the text of the Big Ten Curve or the Gross Reservoir Dam or Byers Canyon, that does not represent the side of the train tracks that these views are on. That's just how this slide is labeled. The views will be alternating both on the right and left side. There's no such bad side, as our train will go from one side of the river to the other side of the river throughout the entire day. If you're going westbound, you're going to board in Denver, Colorado. It's traveling, leaving at 9 a.m. You'll have breakfast and lunch on board. And once again, I'll circle back to food and what we offer when I get to our service levels in just a little bit. So breakfast and lunch throughout the entire day as you travel by so many different sights and scenery, arriving in Glenwood Springs at around 5 p.m. On your next day, boarding from Glenwood Springs at 7 a.m., having breakfast served to you as you travel, once again, westbound over to Moab, arriving at around 12 noon. If you were going eastbound, you would board the train in Moab at around 2 p.m. You'd have a full dinner as you travel eastbound over to Glenwood Springs, arriving at around 6:37 p.m. And on your next day going eastbound, or leaving Glenwood Springs at 9 a.m., breakfast and lunch on board, and arriving in Denver, Colorado at 5 p.m. So that's a quick little run through of the timing on board. When it comes to luggage, we make this as seamless as possible. Let's say you're going eastbound on the slide that we're at right now. We'll have you board the train, and we're going to take your luggage from you. The only thing you need to bring on the train with you is your camera, camcorder, wallet, cell phone, purse, ID, medication. Keep it light and keep it simple. And then when you get to places like Glenwood Springs, know that before you even get off the train, we're going to give you your hotel room keys. You've already been checked into the hotel. You get off the train, head over to your room and find your room. Inside your room, your luggage will be waiting for you next to your bed. In order to minimize the calories you're burning the next day when you wake up, we want you to leave your luggage exactly how you found it, next to your bed. You will see it in Denver, Colorado upon your next destination. So a true seamless transition, which is ideal. Not about burning calories. It's about making the most and not having to lug heavy luggage to and from the train. We do all of that for you. And the luggage is actually put on a truck. So once again, that will be at your hotel, in your room, waiting for you upon your arrival as the train takes its time, traveling at a much slower speed and slowing down along all the different sights and scenery this beautiful area has to offer. Now, when it comes to class of services, we offer this class of service on board the U.S. Rockies. It's also offered on the Canadian Rockies. It's our Silverleaf car. Our Silverleaf is a single-story train car, panoramic views with an arched window at the top. You have an outdoor veranda space here that holds comfortably 6 to 8 people. You can go outside anytime you like, take pictures and video, take a breath of fresh air. On board, you have 3 hosts or hostesses who are going to handle all the history, the cultural facts, the storytelling and jokes, keeping you entertained, aware, and up to date of what's coming up ahead. You have all-inclusive alcohol, so you can truly drink to your heart's content. But on the U.S. Rockies, free alcohol does not start flowing until 10 a.m. It's just something that the U.S. government has on the train track, so you can't start giving alcohol until after 10 a.m. So just got to keep that in mind. When it comes to food, we have incredible chefs cooking made-to-order food, literally a few feet away from where you're sitting. Here, this food will be plated and brought to your seat. You're looking at 1 to 2 appetizer options, 2 to 3 entree options, and a dessert option that changes daily for breakfast, lunch, sometimes dinner, pending your itinerary. Now, for those of you who know Rocky Mountaineer, you may be familiar with Gold Leaf. That is another class of service we offer on our Canadian Rockies. That's a 2-story car. Unfortunately, we have some tunnels along these routes that do not allow the clearance of our 2-story car. So the Gold Leaf cars are not able to travel on these train tracks. So what Rocky Mountaineer has done, for those of you who love Gold Leaf or want the best of the best, we've created a brand new class of service called Silverleaf Plus. And Silverleaf Plus is going to be attaching a lounge car. Now, please know the picture you're seeing here is not actually the lounge car we'll be using. Our lounge car is completely being renovated from the ground up right now. It should be finished any day. As soon as that is complete, all you can do is reach out to All Aboard Travel, your travel advisor or partner there, and they'll be able to share with you new images if you elect to lock in the Silverleaf Plus. But let me share with you what this Silverleaf Plus has included. You're going to have top of your Silverleaf car, a lounge car that is exclusive to you, offering much more indoor and outdoor space. We're going to convert half of this car, not half, but I'd say a quarter of this car, 25%, giving space to around 20 to 30 people to comfortably walk outside, take in, once again, the beautiful vistas, the scenery, the wildlife, the wilderness, as it just passes by. Soak in all of that amazing sights and scenery. And it gives you, of course, more inside room as well. We're going to have a mixologist there developing custom, unique signature cocktails along your whole entire way. You're going to have premium alcoholic beverages, a part of this package, and additional meals to be offered at certain times of meals when they're served. So you get more food, you get premium alcohol, you have a lot more space. And that's the biggest, I think, advantage to this Silverleaf Plus. More indoor and outdoor space, which is ideal when it comes to experiencing these full days on the train. And it's only for $395 USD per person to be added to your train experience. So $395 per person, and you get so much more called Silverleaf Plus, which is very exciting. Now I'd love to share with you some of the details we have on our hotels. First, to talk about Moab. And Moab is a beautiful little town. It's got some great breweries right in there. It's close to all the national parks. You're seeing, of course, Arches right there in your screen. When it comes to transfers, when you get into Moab, we're going to have transfers set up for you, taking you from the train station over to your hotel. Or if you've perhaps opted in to do a tour, once again, Rocky Mountaineer handles all your hotels, touring, sightseeing. We can even set up rental cars. So if you're doing a tour with us when you arrive in Moab, then motor coaches will be there right there. They will take you on those tours, and later we'll be dropping you off at your hotels. When it comes to rental cars, perhaps our luggage will be there, and you can load it into your rental car and take it right from there, from the train station, and head on your way to do things at your own accord. I'll be talking a little bit more about itineraries and routes in just a bit, but first, to share with you our hotel partners we're utilizing in Moab. Know that we're working with hotel partners that have a 4.5 rating or higher on TripAdvisor, a place where people spew hate and anger and negative feedback. The 3 hotel partners we're using in Moab currently at this time is the Hoodoo Moab, which is operated by Hilton, a Hyatt Place, and a Hilton Homewood Suites. All have great reviews, are very spacious. 2 of them are actually quite new, being built just recently. Great properties to definitely stay at for a night or two while you're traveling in this beautiful part of the world. In Glenwood Springs, similar to how we operate in Kamloops or Whistler or Quesnel, those are 3 different points along our routes up in the Canadian Rockies. We are not going to assign you these hotels until 30 to 45 days prior to your departure. The rest of the hotels will all be assigned, and you'll be able to pick between 3 and 5-star properties to work with your budget, but those will all be set up right at the time of booking. The Glenwood Springs Hotel, once again, will be assigned 30 to 45 days prior to your departure. And for transfers here, if you have any mobility concerns, you just let your travel agent at All Aboard Travel know this so they can be able to make sure that we are aware of it. And we will have transfers taking you from the train station to your hotel in Glenwood Springs and vice versa. That's only for those who have mobility concerns. The hotels are all within a block radius of the train station. We're talking extremely easy to walk to. So we will only have transfers for those who have mobility concerns in Glenwood Springs. The 3 hotel partners we're working with is the Glenwood Hot Springs Resort, which has exclusive access to the largest hot springs in North America. The Hotel Denver and the Hotel Colorado. Both of these 2 hotels have just been completely renovated and have a brand new facelift on the entire property. The Hotel Colorado, I hear, is actually one of the most haunted hotels in the US. So if you like ghosts, you may want to request it there. But at the time of booking, if you have a certain request where you'd want to stay in one of these hotels over the other, make that request known at the time of booking. And I promise we'll do whatever it takes to give you that request later down the road. When it comes to Denver, Colorado, we have 3 hotel partners that are located in the heart of downtown. In fact, due to the location of how close these hotels are located, the Maven, the Crawford, and the Oxford. The Crawford is inside Union Station where our trains take off. So all you do is take an elevator down, and you're there to be able to board the train station. The Maven and the Oxford are located less than a block away. So if we had a motor coach come and pick you up, we'd have you get on board and then say, okay, we're here, and not move at all and get off. So it would be a waste. So we are not going to have any transfers in Denver due to the proximity of our hotel partners and the train station. But these are all fantastic partners. We're utilizing great reviews on TripAdvisor and other great reviews out there. So I'm really excited to be able to work with these fantastic partners in both Denver, the Moab, and the Glenwood Springs area. Now, to share with you some of the routes that we currently are utilizing, know that we have 9 different packages set up for 2021. I'm going to share with you 3 of these packages, giving you a price point to give you an idea of what everything kind of comes down to. The first is our classic package. This is 2 days on board the Rocky Mountaineer train, 3-night hotel accommodations. This all starts at $1,635 USD per person. If you want to take out 3 nights and just do 1 night, doing the 2 days on the rail, 1 night Glenwood Springs, perhaps you've done this area, would like to do things more customizable, maybe rent a car through Rocky Mountaineer and maybe not visit the Big Five, but do something unique and different, enjoy the train experience. The starting price just for 2 days on the train and 1 night hotel is $1,250 per person. So that's where it kind of starts at, and it goes up from here. This Rockies to the Red Rocks Discovery self-drive taking to Salt Lake City, we're getting a lot of requests due to, the pandemic for rental cars, as people want to limit the amount of people they're around. They want to be on their own, more isolated, if you will, to be more safer that way. So you can set up a rental car for the majority of our different routes that we have. This one including 5-night hotel accommodations, 2 days on board the train, a 3-day full-size car rental. And as you travel from Moab to Salt Lake City, we have tours set up for you in Canyonlands National Park, which you can experience along the way. This starting at a price of $2,695 USD per person. Finally, this one's actually getting a lot of demand lately. This one, Rockies to the Red Rocks Explorer, taking you to Las Vegas, or vice versa. You can start either going eastbound or westbound. 2 days on board the Rocky Mountaineer train, 7-night hotel accommodations included, 3 days of guided tours. If you do a motor coach with us, those will have tour guides on board the motor coaches. These 3 days of guided tours will feature Arches National Park, including Balance Rock, the Windows, and Delicate Arch Viewpoint, the Colorado River, Bryce Canyon, Zion, and so much more, starting at $3,425 USD. Now, the reason why we are seeing so much demand on these routes, including 5 others that, of course, the All Aboard Travel has, and they're really able to share with you. In fact, I would just want to mention, they have all the tools and resources so you feel comfortable and knowledgeable of everything that they're doing. They have a PDF on all the hotels we utilize on the U.S. Rockies that gives you further details about these hotel partners. They have further details on every single route. All you do is reach out to them. They also have a great 2-minute video giving you a teaser of what it's like on board the rail in this beautiful part of the world. So make sure you check out that video if you haven't already done so. Use All Aboard Travel, they're great. Back to what I was saying before, for the first time ever, in 30 years of operating, Rocky Mountaineer has always been non-refundable at the time of booking. For the first time, these are now going to be non-refundable, completely risk-free, 100% refundable deposits now. So if you're interested in locking in a date, I highly encourage you, if you're extremely interested and you want to go in 2021, you need to do this ASAP, because over a month already of selling, we've surpassed 3.9 million in new sales for this route. The demand is just incredible. This is also a preview season, only 40 departures, so space is going to go. All it takes is a $25 risk-free deposit to lock in the date and the amount of the itinerary that you really want right now. You lock in the inventory, everything, so you're secure. That is, once again, completely risk-free, 100% refundable. On this January 31st, a 20% deposit would be due, but that's completely refundable, completely risk-free, up until 60 days after that deposit is made. So really, you have until the end of March 2021 to decide whether this trip is great and you want to move forward with it. Hopefully by then, the pandemic will have much less numbers and the vaccines will be distributed much more faster and easier, and hopefully it'll be a whole different world. Normal will be returning to us at that time. So this is, once again, a risk-free way to lock in a trip of a lifetime, get the dates inventory before they are sold out. We're already having some sold out dates, especially with the Silverleaf Plus, as we have a limited amount of availability for the Silverleaf Plus. On top of the risk-free, we're also giving 2 free date changes. That's not just for 2021, but you can change your date later on from 2021 to 2022 or 2023. It's all about really giving you a risk-free opportunity to change if life happens or you want to move it forward another year or two. Due to these uncertain times, we understand that. We're trying to be as easy and flexible to work with as possible. So 2 free date changes, no penalties, really doing everything it takes to make you happy. So Right now, we're coming to the end of that 30 minutes, 1 minute left. I'd love to bring Sherry back on to see if there's any questions that anyone has. And there's no such thing as a bad question. And once again, I cannot push you all enough to work with All Aboard Travel. These guys are pros. They have tons of tools and resources for you to utilize. And they're just kind of a one-stop shop to get all your questions answered and to plan for a true trip of a lifetime in your backyard. If you're a U.S. citizen, there's nothing stopping you from traveling on board this amazing experience. And I really hope you're able to plan something in the future, get excited about it, and make 2021 the best year ever. So Sherry, any questions at all on your end?
Well, we have a Q&A box at the bottom. And so I'm going to take back over the screen.
Please
and let me see if I can.
If not, do you want me to do it?
Go ahead and share my screen. There we go. And just to give everybody a chance, if they have any questions, although I have to say, Jeff, thank you so much. You were so thorough and so exciting to see all of those wonderful and beautiful places that we can see and so many amazing stops and things to do. And I'm so grateful that your company is taking safety seriously so that all those who are ready to begin planning their travel and their future plans can really feel comfortable going forward. Not to mention the incredible flexibility that you're offering in the form of deposits right now. And on top of that, I just want to let everyone know that has joined and again say thank you. On top of that, remember we've got our special offers from All Aboard Travel. And if you do book by February 8th, you're going to receive an additional benefit up to $500 just from us. And again, to remind everybody that we have not only this wonderful webinar that we're presenting to you, but we also have several more. I believe we have almost 30 presentations that we're going to be bringing into your homes this month. And the more sessions that you register for and the more sessions that you attend, the more chances that you are going to have to earn or to win, I should say, a $1,000 All Aboard Travel gift certificate. So keep that in mind. And if you have any questions, don't hesitate to call. And again, we are All Aboard Travel. You can reach us at 1-800-741-1770. And we've got some amazing certified expert level travel advisors ready to take your phone call and get you going someplace, hopefully soon, but anytime in the future. We know that, as Jeff had said, things are looking up and a lot of great things are coming our way. There is a huge pent-up demand for people wanting to get out and travel. But what we are hearing is that people are looking at different ways to travel, ways that they hadn't necessarily been doing it before. And with Rocky Mountaineer, you're really going to be able to experience, if you haven't been with them before, really going to be able to experience a new way of traveling. So I don't think we have any questions. I think you did such a great job. I did see one from Donna just saying hello, and she's so excited about these new departures that you have available.
Well, I can't thank you all enough. All Aboard Travel, I think you guys are great. It's incredible the amount of experts you're bringing in to educate your clients. That's why you know these guys are the best. So definitely utilize them. And I wish you all a very happy new year. I hope you all stay safe and healthy. And thank you again for all of your time. Sherry, if you'd like to close it out, over to you.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks again, everybody. Happy 2021. We're looking forward to talking with you all soon. Don't hesitate to give us a call. Thanks again, Jeff. And have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day.
Bye.
Bye.